Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Voice Magic. Today, I have a short but sweet practice for us, which is how to stop mental loops with our voice. As we all know, mental loops are not fun. And one of the things that we don't often recognize or realize immediately with them is that mental loops are a symptom of a dysregulated nervous system. And that system is trying to get us to do something, right? So it really feels like for the brain, there's this problem that we have to solve. But often a mental loop has two characteristics. It's relating to something in the past that already happened, some situation, conversation, action, but it's also projecting the imagined changes or results into the future. Now, don't get me wrong, there can be problems that we have that we need to address, but that's always better to do from a place of inspiration, not from a place of looping. That is not going to help us really get a result that is probably the most beneficial. So this happened to me the other day. I'm usually a pretty good sleeper, but I woke up in the middle of the night and I started looping. And I noticed, oh wow, this really feels like there's a problem that I need to fix, and that if I just think about it enough, right? If I turn it enough times, I'm gonna get the result, or I'm gonna find the solution, until it became very clear that this was my body's way of telling me, oof, we are way out of the range of regulation. And so I have a practice that I applied for myself, and it's twofold. First, I took a little time to orient myself fully into the present. So I ask myself questions. I do this vocally, perhaps in silence or even out loud. And I ask myself, can I change my decision yesterday? No, I can't. It's not there. Can I do a different action last week? No, I can't. It's not possible. Can I look for a change in circumstances last month? No, I can't. So as I really orient my whole system, body and mind, there is an understanding from conscious to subconscious that this is not happening right now. This is not happening in the present. And immediately, that allows a little bit more space, and it gives my body the signal to, oh, okay, we can potentially work with this differently now. So then I follow up with a nervous system harmony tool. In this case, I like to use havening, which is a psychosensory tool. It means we use our touch, and this signals to the neurotransmitters to release serotonin, which immediately calms the nervous system. And it also brings soothing to the amygdala, which is where a lot of our fear signals and anxiety signals live. So I add sound, often a consonant that just lets me flow. It's a little bit like water. And so you can just gently move your fingertips over your hand, arm, shoulder. You can also touch your face. And I add sound as I go. Sometimes I change sounds if I change hand or arm. And And you can oscillate between the experience of one hand touching the other and the experience of the skin that is receiving that touch. So this is where two sounds can come useful if you wanted to explore it that way. And a few minutes of havening is usually more than enough. And indeed, for me, that night, I spent a few minutes doing that, and the loop was entirely dismantled. It was gone. It was almost amazing that what felt like such a big problem, suddenly it was fine. There was nothing to do. I didn't actually need to take an action or change anything. So I'm sharing this tool so that you test it out, you play with it, you make it your own. You can always let me know your results in the comments if that feels good. But it's a really beautiful way to be able to signal to our own body and to our mind in this deep communication that is quite holistic. We are here in the present, and we don't necessarily need to take an action. Okay, so how do you stay connected to more voice magic tools or content? You can, of course, subscribe, and I'll be here sharing more, but you can also get some support from my website. You can sign up to my newsletter, and there are 4 free voice magic warm-ups. They're designed to help us move into the experience deeper and deeper of our body as a musical instrument. So if that calls to you, check those out. It's all in the description box. And thanks for joining me. I'll see you for the next one.